since I've already used up my quota of fics that I actually liked recently, and that one Lucifer story wasn't exactly what I would call horrible, just more annoying with its parts, and it wasn't exactly too bad. It just really needed to get its own identity. We instead will present to you with more reality check. I am sorry. And we're kind of skipping over the prelude. It's just parts of the magical mystery cure, and all Nyx is going to have is just thoughts of, oh no, I'm an alicorn, I'm immortal, and I'm probably going to outlive everybody. I am so sick and tired of that plot point. I am so sick and tired of the woe is me, I'm immortal plot. It gets dull, it gets uninteresting, and I think we've all hit every single type of angle we could ever approach it from. The Doctor has done this multiple times, and I think he's the only one who can actually come up with something new for it. Besides, it also has this only one thing I kind of want to talk about, where it says that Nyx is going to be upset that her mom will one day die. Hate to tell you this, Nixie, but even if you were mortal, it would still kind of happen. Sorry to tell you this, it's kind of a thing. It's something unpleasant to think about, but it kind of happens. They're going to grow old before you. It kind of happens. And now, on to chapter 2. What do you mean, you're a princess now? I mean, you're a princess now, Twilight, Celestia said, repeating herself. The title, tiara, royal authority, the whole royal regalia. You know, you're a princess of the land of Equestria. She tapped her former student on the nose, with each pause for emphasis. So, you guys going to stick around here for now, or are you going to eventually ditch me? Yeah, we'll figure we give it 2 to 3 chapters before you decide to ditch this fic and start reading Marvel Zombies instead. Actually, I'm giving it 1 chapter. I just got faith in you, Lisaberger. I'm putting it on 5 chapters. I'm going halfway to 3. Excuse myself nodding. What about you, Trixie? Oh no, Trixie's abstaining. She just wants to watch the fireworks. Peanut butter cracker. No thanks, Trix. Besides, we'll find a replacement after you're finished tearing into this fic. Thanks, girls. So you had to repeat yourself a bit loudly. An overexcited Nyx was all but bouncing out the walls of the library, shouting, yes, 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 over and over again as she ricocheted around. But on what? Oh, confound it. Spike, take Nyx someplace, will you? Take her to Sugar Cube Corner to celebrate. We need to talk here. Twilight shoved some bits in Spike's claws and pushed it towards the exuberant filly's latest prospect location. Spike looked confused. But it's the middle of the night. Considering that it's Pinkie Pie's home as well, I don't see the problem. Twilight started to face off, but Pinkie Pie jumped in. No problem, Mommy. I'll just open up the kitchen and have Nixie help me bake your congratulations becoming an alicorn princess all on the same night cake. She pondered. Boy, I better make it a double shake cake. That's a lot of layers surrounding the icing. Fine, good, great, perfect, Twilight said, pushing Nyx, Pike, and Pinkie out the door. Have fun. She shut the door behind her, not with a slam, but darn close to it. Now. She turned to face the princesses. Air princesses? Was that correct now? And realized the rest of her friends were still seated around the library, staring at her. Right. The room had seemed sort of crowded. Twilight faced up. Don't bother trying to show us along too, Twi, Applejack said with a wink. We're here for the racing. Yeah, and anyway, you'll have us tell us everything over and over again later. You know, I know you guys said you're going to wait until, after I'm done tearing this fic apart, but can you at least put some enthusiasm to it? It's reality check. I'm not seeing that happening. Really? Raven Dad's pointing out from her perch on a freestanding bookshelf. Twilight sighed. They were right. A mission accomplished at least. Having both a giddy filly and a free-ranging Pinkie Pie in the room would have made sane conversation impossible. She sighed and sat back down on her cushion facing Celestia and Luna. Okay, like I was saying, you said I'm a princess. Just call me Celestia from now on, Twilight. Celestia said with a grin. Otherwise, that's going to get very tiresome. Right, anyway, I'm a princess now? Yes, Celestia and Luna nodded. The sisters were beings of several thousands of years old, and had seen and heard just about everything. So it says something that Twilight's next question surprised them. On what grounds? Well, let's see, Twilight. You have already acted like a leader on several occasions. You are the most powerful mage on the entire planet. Your cutie mark is magic itself! You even asked that in one of the episodes. What if your cutie mark is magic? What does that mean for you? Say the question several different times already. Quite frankly, I think a little title and land is a little small to ask for after all this. Heck, I'm surprised the entire main six doesn't have a title and land by now. Then again, I'm probably crazy. I mean, if Princess Celestia were to fly on down from Carolot Castle and tell me that I'm suddenly a prince of a specific land or region, and then give me wings, I would be hightailing it over there as soon as bloody possible. What? Give me a chance to rule all and be the sovereign of everything. I'll take it. I'll even take this recording booth and still do my recording job. Trixie will be right there with ya. Thing straight. But I realize what's going on here, too. I'll get to that. Celestia and Luna blinked there, then blinked at each other, then blinked there again. Thou art an Alicorn, Twilight. Oh, for Pete's sake, I grew out of this! Luna said matter-of-factly. You have ascended, just as with all other things. Twilight gaped down. Wait, what? Just because I grew these? She flapped her new wings for emphasis. I'm suddenly qualified to rule a country? That's it? Again. You have proven yourself to be a fucking How is this hard for some people to understand? Twilight shows herself to be a leader, a very competent one, every single time she's put in charge. She leads them constantly, multiple bloody times. But she made mistakes. Oh, shut the fuck up! Look. Every leader makes mistakes. We have Richard Nixon as proof of that. People make mistakes. It happens. But you want to know what also happens? We grow up. We move on. Are you really telling me that you're expecting the first idea to come out of your head when it comes to leaders is that they must be perfect? If that is your qualification, you wouldn't have any leaders! My God! Captain freaking Kirk makes mistakes! Picard makes mistakes! But you're telling me that since Twilight made mistakes, she's not qualified? On what grounds do you guys got for that? No, don't answer that! You got none! You got no grounds! Because every time you do, I'm going to ask, okay, what separates her from this leader? And I will break it down. I will destroy you. So, no. But I also realize why they're having Twilight do this. Reality Check wants to have Twilight go back to her season 1 overly snarky personality. Problem. While Twilight it was and still is snarky as a devil as you can get, and the second snarkiest person I ever met next to me, Twilight is still also reasonable. She also grew up. She also learned how to rein in the snarkiness. Not everyone is suited for ascendance, Twilight, Luna said, chiding. They must needs to take... Oh, for Pete's sake, Reality Check, get a beta! Ow, that line hurts. Why did you make me, of all ponies, an Alicorn if that's the case? Why did... Why did you... You know what, Twilight, you're right. Why did we make the most powerful mage, the smartest, a great leader, and a pony is very reliable, a leader if that's the case? While we're at it, why didn't we make Mario a great hero if that's the case, if all he does is just roll in? Why are we making Sonic a great leader too, huh? Oh yeah, why are we also making Link a type of hero since all he did was just pull out the Master Sword? And while I'm at it, what about the qualifications of Yasaki? Yeah, if we can't do Twilight, then tell me what the whole point of going for Sailor Moon is. Oh, wait, let's go further. Let's talk about Hokage and Naruto. You think I'm done yet? Oh, no, I'm not. In the demon world, apparently, Yusuke has set it up so that way the king is settled by a tournament. What type of qualifications are those? Please, write down your answers and send them to the following email address. Shut your fucking trap at yourface.com. Celestia chuckled. I think you misunderstood what happened here today, Twilight. I didn't make you an Alicorn. She's right. You know she did that. You know this, right? That came from you. That was all you, Twilight. That was all you. What do you mean? I finished Star Swirl spell, got teleported to that Starry Cloud Space Dimension thing where you were, told me how proud you were of me, and then you transformed me for... Celestia shook her head. You didn't transform me? Oh, thank God! At least this fic wasn't convinced that Celestia did the transformation. Twilight asked instantly. Celestia shook her head. It was something else. I thought it was the elements that did it, Fluttershy said, pointing to the obvious scorch mark still visible on the floor. Gee, I always thought it was Twilight's own abilities that did it. You know, I kinda knew Twilight was gonna become an Alicorn someday anyway. I mean, come on. Ubermondo Magical, or Cutie Mark story, I figured he was like an Alicorn Caterpillar or something. Again, we all are with Dash here. Actually, it's a little bit of all those three, Celestia confessed. You see, some very rare ponies are born with the potential to become an Alicorn. If all goes well, when they reach a certain point in their development, they ascend to that dimension you experienced, where you complete the metamorphosis, and happened to Case quite shortly after her birth. It gave her mother fright, quite to tell you. Oh, I so do love it when book canon destroys fanfics. Makes me happy! Well, it'd be a great deal more exciting for my mother if it happened before her birth. Luna said wryly. Indeed it would have, Celestia said, half chuckling. Poor Mom, she never did let us forget, did she? Again, I have the canon. Yes, but don't forget that whole entire... I know. Somebody in the comments is going to try to argue. But wait a minute. What about Kate's little girl? We do not know how long. Let me ask you this. Do you know how long it was since Celestia and Luna were born? Well, no. Do you have the approximate number of years since it was that Celestia and Luna were born? Well, no. When was the last Alicorn we've actually seen that was born? Very hard. So, with all that, would it be possible to say that she was the first that was born in several years later, and that this is the first time Celestia and Luna's ever seen it? Yes. So, you mean that this was a rarity, but now it's actually something that happens? You're being mean to me! Yeah, I'm being an ass today. Anyhow, there are certain things about how developing a pre-Alicorn along. Not necessary for other reasons, like early training of magic, or exposure to certain powerful magical artifacts. You know, I like being the epitome of your cutie mark the best. But what can I say? I'm an actual talented writer! In fact, we believe that one of the functions of the elements was to act as tools for the ascendants of Alicorns. You mean other than stopping being bad to Jor? After all, the most common effect of their power, it could be said, was to restore the true nature of a thing, to bring it back into harmony itself, as it were. Basically fix the problem. Like when they turned Nightmare Moon back into Princess Luna, or restored Ponyville after Discord messed it up. Exactly, Celestia said with a smile. Starswirl's Beard's the last spell was meant to trigger the transformative attribute under, more controlled and nurturing circumstances. Yeah, I know the writer said they have no idea themselves what that spell is what to do. That is why we have things called headcanon and being able to figure things out on our own. Because, you see, people, unlike a lot of what we like to call the haters on We Hate MLP, I'm the type of person who's read stories. And I'm used to filling in the blanks. You want to see another guy who's great at filling in the blanks? His name's Ian Flynn. You should listen to the Bubblecast more often. Really helps support what I do. Personally, I just think it was to help other people see in the Earth's shoes. I mean, look at it. Look at the way it works. What, Princess? Oh, nothing, Celestia said. Nothing to be concerned about. Some things we were expecting, but apparently the time's not ripe yet. So you look back at Twilight, all in due time. Where was I? Oh, yes. The reason you saw me in the Earth's famed Twilight is that we, now you, are connected to it. We can move to it when we wish. We can also sense when something is sensed in that dimension. I felt the magical eruption when you arrived there. It'd be quite a splash, by the way. Twilight bless. So I went there immediately so I could watch over the final phase of your transformation. I feared you might panic and injure yourself. Considering that this is this version of Twilight and not canon Twilight, I can see why. Also, give you that last push to finish the transformation. See, winked. It's rather birthing a fall in a way. It could happen on its own, but it's still better to have a midwife there. Well, that still doesn't answer the question of why I had to be a princess, she said, getting a tad irritated. Twilight, ruler of all. Deal with it! We thought we already said this. Down and Alicorns are rulers. I mean, it makes sense. You are the personification of all three tribes. I mean, it's just like if you have a magic sword that proclaims you to be ruler of all. That doesn't mean a thing, Twilight said headedly, and bored. Yeah. Again, Dukedom, Twilight, work with me on this! Celestia waved a hoof between the two glaring Alicorns. Please calm down, Twilight. Before I flame strike you. hard. Because you're being a bitch. Now I'm going to explain it to you once. And you better listen, or else I'm going to flame strike you and then hit you hard with a firestorm. Do we have an understanding, bitch? Yes, ma'am. Good. Alicorns are immensely powerful, all else being equal, an order of magnitude more powerful than the most powerful unicorn. Likewise, Swifter on the wing and an Pegasus is stronger than the Earth Pony. Do you remember that old saying, clever about power? Power gathers onto itself? What are you saying? I'm saying that! Whether an Alicorn wants to be powerful ruler or not, they end up becoming one. Ponies will defer to us, they will ask our help in matters great and small. They will refer to us and look up to us as example, regard us as paragons, where we are or not. Places consistent of powers and authority. Do things in our name. It says things we want. Whether out of love, our respect, or fear, ponies follow us simply because we are too powerful. Even though we see that we've never coordinated, ponies would place a crown on your head. Do we have an understanding? Kidding me? Help! No. This is all on you, Reality Check Twilight. You enjoy being a wimp. Now sit down and take your medicine. And not only that, but I had to laugh at the whole entire Swifter or Stronger because we have never seen Twilight being stronger than Applejack or faster than Rainbow Dash. Just saying. He swore to Nyx and I we wouldn't be sucked into this. Twilight, I don't see how Nyx couldn't be sucked into this. That is just so arrogant, so full of yourself, that you really thought that wasn't going to happen? Did you really? You're an idiot, Twilight. Not you, Canon Twilight. Reality Check Twilight, on the other hand, is a fucking moron. Celestia's kind and peaceful requirement for Toy never changed. Yeah, you kind of fucked that up on your own. I mean, that was kind of you. It was all on you, Twilight. Let's see. Speeding up for a couple of rarities executions because this is starting to really get on my last nerve. I had a question about hiding in seclusion. How do you think Caroline got started in the first place? I assumed you guys moved it? After my sister was banished to the moon, I was in a pretty bad place. I left. Just flew off one day. Found the highest mountain in the land, built a little cabin way on top, and settled down to raise the sun and moon in peace and quiet. Little week, Pegasus built a cow palace for me around the peak. Fortnite, the first Earth Pony unicorn stonemasons had laid the foundations. I just gave up at that point. So, you really think Celestia abandoned everything? Did you really think she's that weak? Well, doesn't when we first told the clowns, or perhaps they forced it on us. Really, they forced you to become princesses. You know, they probably just asked you. Well, once we defeated Discord, the 3 tribes under the cause shouting hail to our new queens. Oh, how nice! They respected you. They saw that you were great leaders. They decided to help you out. Decided to honor you with a great ruler. Surely, you two being, wise and regal royalty, you would have respected this great gift, this great honor that they gave you. Ran like a couple of spunky chickens. Why do I leave you guys? Do you want me like that? The final straw was ever 3. We finally fled the hut to the deepest, the most scariest monster-filled forest in all the land. We went to the cave of the Tree of Harmony and made refuge there. We sealed the cave, cast a spell deep sleep upon ourselves, lay down by our side, sleep for centuries, till we touched Polycon was surely forgotten us. And oddly woke up, found a tree, and built a damn castle over top us while we slept. Wow. Wow. Just take all the mythology out of it, why don't ya? So you're saying there's no way out of this, is there? Nope. Congratulations. We are going to honor you whether you like it or not. Now we go to coordination, and oh, this is gonna be a long story, isn't it? If it helps, it's only 25 chapters. I like this.